everyone, I am Daksh Parekh and welcome to Complexity Simplified. So today's question is, what's the difference between a scientist and a monk? Well, I know what you're thinking. A scientist always uses logic, science and reasoning to solve this universe. Whereas the sannyasi or a monk is a completely mad person who is always praying to the god and who has no interest in this world and whatever. In short, scientist prefers facts and a sannyasi believes in faith. But I think you need to change your perspective. Come on, we are coming up to a great conclusion, a good answer, so we cannot assume things. Before knowing the differences between a scientist and a monk, let's first know what similarities they have. You all agree with me that a scientist prefers facts and a sannyasi believes in faith. But the similarities they have is that they both are curious. They both have a longing to know the ultimate truth, to seek the ultimate knowledge. They both have the curiosity to know the ultimate grand design. But the point where their paths separate is the medium to know. As I said before, that a scientist prefers facts and a sannyasi prefers faith. They both have different mediums to understand this universe. As educated individuals, we all know how science deals with math and logic. But still, we can't say that the way of science is the most correct way and the most accurate way to know the reality, to know the ultimate truth. Also, at the same time, we cannot say that the way of the monks, the way of the sannyasis is completely nonsense, because we have not actually experienced it. We have not actually understood it yet. So, let's know their both perspectives. Let's have some data in our video. There is a scientific term nowadays called subjective reality and objective reality. What they mean to say is that the subjective reality is the reality that I am perceiving right now, for example. And the objective reality is independent of my mind. It doesn't need my mind to exist. For example, here I am standing. For me, the reality is only the surroundings and the person recording this, and I am presenting which through my phone and everything. The reality is just this for me. But for you, the reality is completely different. I don't know who you are and why you are watching this, and I don't even know that you are watching this till now also. I don't know anything about you, because my reality is completely independent of your reality. Believe me, the same concept of subjective reality and objective reality was proved by Albert Einstein in 1900s. He stated that reality is not absolute. It varies through the perspective of the one who sees it. And the same concept, the same philosophy was taught in a Jain scripture, in a Jain manuscript 2600 years ago. The scripture is called Anekantvad. Anek ant vad means many realities, not one. So a reality is never one, never the same. For me a reality is different, the same thing. For me it is different, and for you it is completely different. It depends on your mind, it depends on your thinking, and it also depends on your standpoint, through which perspective you are watching it. Thus, reality is completely different. For example, if I close my eyes and if I say that I see a blue light in my eyes, I see a blue light in my mind, can I prove it? If it is real also, can I prove it to you? Which is a different reality? Which the reality exists in my mind, can I prove it? No, I cannot prove my thoughts. I cannot prove what I experienced. I can say that into words, into vocabulary, into grammar, but I cannot let you experience the same thing. So I think scientists prefer objective reality, the reality which can be existed all around, which are universal truths. But a sannyasi is a monk experiences subjective reality, the reality which is in his mind, the reality which only exists in his mind and cannot prove it to anyone else. Thus, this is the concept of subjective reality and objective reality, which was proven by Jain monks 2600 years ago. The Anekantvad. Do you know that Hindu scriptures written by Hindu monks in ancient times also prove the existence of many machines, advanced machines like Vimanas? Remember the Pushpak Viman of Ravan? The technology of how to build a Viman is also stated in the Hindu many scriptures, the South Tamil scriptures. Don't you see these huge temples built in ancient times? The amazing geometries through which they are built? Don't you see anything about the ancient times, the logics, the philosophies that now the mystics are proving, now the monks are proving? Can't you consider the example of Bhagavad Gita, which is the example, which is the answer of every single problem of nowadays also? We find many answers to them, and we find everything in the ancient times. I believe that sannyasis or monks are occult scientists, mystics. Their thoughts and their thinking is beyond imagination, beyond our imagination. They use occult. Believe me, quantum physics or quantum mechanics, the latest science branch, the most trending topics in this world currently, the quantum physics, also states that reality is completely dependent on perception. Reality completely depends on the perception of the observer and not anything else. Time, experience and everything, the reality is never absolute. It is dependent on the observer itself. Thus, I think that monks were occult scientists. They were supernatural scientists. There are many proofs. I am not just saying this. As I said, see those ancient temples. You will find the answer. Our main conclusion of this whole video is just this. We can't understand monks. They are beyond our thinking. We must experience that things. I cannot really tell you the taste of an apple just by saying its properties, chemical properties, its physical appearance and everything. If you want to experience apples, you must eat them. You have to eat them to know them. So, if we want to know monks, we have to experience their lives. So, the conclusion by the proofs we have in our hands right now, the conclusion we can get is that monks are occult scientists. Monks are occult scientists. That's it.